Hello, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is where you are. Welcome to today's class. My name is Emily. Today we're going to be doing a little bit slower, a little bit stronger perhaps, flow. So I wouldn't call it vinyasa because we're not going to be really moving fast pace, but we're going to be working on strength building, movement control, that kind of stuff. So if you're up for that, then you can join me on your mat. I wouldn't say you need anything, maybe just blocks if you're used to practicing with them for things such as pyramid pose or maybe supported stretches. All right, we're going to get started in a seat. So you can sit like this or you can sit in cross-legged seat, whatever you prefer. And just take your time to get comfortable, and then once you are, you can close your eyes and you can rest your hands on your knees or in your lap. Palms face down if you want to feel more grounded, or palms face up if you want to receive more energy. And once you're seated, let's start to connect to the breath. And we're first just going to take 3 deep cleansing breaths just to release anything that has happened during the day, anything that does not belong in this moment. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold at the top. Exhale through the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. And one more deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Now we're coming back to breathing in and out through our nose. You can keep your hands on your lap or you can bring your hands on your stomach and chest, creating deep wave-like motions in the breath. So as you breathe in, try to blow up the lower belly. When it's full, you can expand into the chest. And then as you exhale, imagine you're pushing the chest down and squeezing the ribs together. When they're empty, you can squeeze the navel back towards your spine. So creating this wave-like pattern. Inhale into the lower belly first. When it's full, continue breathing into the chest. And then exhale out of the chest. And then squeeze the navel in. All right, let's stay here for a couple rounds of breath. So all you're focusing on for the next few moments is your breath, the sensations the breath creates in the body. Noticing if your breath feels deeper or more shallow than usual. Now let's take another 3 to 5 breaths here, feeling more and more connected to yourself, more and more self-aware. And last breath here. You can release your hands if they were on your stomach and chest. Let's just bring opposite hand to opposite shoulder. Only moving the spine. Take a deep breath in, lengthen your spine. Exhale, let's just curl forward. So bringing the chest in towards the chin, rounding the upper back, but not the lower back. So we're not completely rounding forward. Just the upper back, keeping your navel squeezed in. And then we're going to twist to the right. Side bend to the right. Come back through center, straight spine. Curl forward. Twist to the left. Side bend to the left. Come back through center. So it's kind of like little figure eights. Curl forward. Twist to the right. Side bend to the right. Come back through center. Curl forward. Twist to the left. Side bend to the left. Come back through center. One more each side. And release your hands. All right, let's bring the hands in front of the knees. So just in front of the knees, you can tuck your toes. And we're going to start rocking back and forth. So getting a little bit of a stretch in the backs of the wrists. Keeping the core engaged. 2 more here. And then we're going to, if it's okay for your wrists, turn the fingers towards your knees. And you can either stay here a little bit forward, and as you get a little bit more comfortable, you can start to lean back. Just making sure that the heels of your hands stay grounded on the mat. And here, keep pushing away from the mat. Try to keep your arms straight. And breathe here. 3 more breaths. And then we're going to unwind the hands, sit on your toes, take a deep breath in. Let's reach the arms above the head. Exhale, cactus your arms and open up the heart. Let's stay here for 3 breaths. Each inhale, you're trying to lift the heart through your shoulders. All right, 1 more breath here. Maybe you can also feel the stretch in your toes and soles of the feet. On your exhale, let's bring the hands together. Interlace all 10 fingers. Push the palms of the hands away from you. Hollow your lower belly and around your spine. And you're pushing the hands away as much as you can and hold. So feeling the shoulder blades separate from one another. And keeping the hands as they are, inhale, straighten your spine, reach the arms above your head. Exhale, release the hands, bring them all the way down on the mat, and then you can untuck your toes, maybe tapping the tops of the feet into the mat if that feels good. All right, now we're going to come into plank, but on the tops of the toes. So inhale, let's lift the knees and hold here for 5. 4, 2 more breaths. Keep rounding the upper back. And on your exhale, let's drop the right knee, ground your left heel, and inhale, lift your left arm up. Maybe your left arm can reach over your left ear for a deep side bend. And on your next exhale, let's circle that left hand down. Come back into normal plank this time with the toes tucked. Let's rock a little bit back and forth. So coming onto the tips of the toes and then pressing the heels back for 3, 2, and 1. Let's drop the left knee down, drop the right heel down. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And then maybe the right arm reaches over the right ear, side stretch. On your next exhale, let's circle that right hand down. Come back to high plank. Inhale. Exhale, let's lower halfway and hold. And maybe here you want to move the chest around a little bit back and forth or side to side for 3, 2, and 1. Release all the way down. Interlace your hands behind your lower back. Inhale to lift the chest. And hold here. Make sure you're not looking up. You don't want to crunch up the back of your neck. So maybe look down to keep the back of the neck long. 2 more breaths. And slowly release the chest down on the mat. Let's extend the right arm out to the right so it's on the floor. And then we're just going to bring the left hand underneath the left shoulder, bend your left knee, drop the right side of the head down on the mat, and let's roll onto the right side. Your left foot is just there for support, so is the left hand. If this is too much of a stretch, come back onto your belly. Bring your right hand a little bit closer to your right hip. If it's not enough of a stretch, bring it a little bit further up. And then roll back onto your right side. Let's hold for 3 more breaths. Add 1 more here. All right, let's slowly roll back onto the belly. Now, if you found that your shoulders are a little bit more open, you want to go higher up, you can go there immediately. Otherwise, just start at a 90-degree angle, and then you can go higher up or lower down, depending on if your shoulders are less or more open. All right, let's bend the right knee, look towards the right, and then slowly roll onto your left side. Add 2 more breaths here. And on your exhale, you can roll back onto your belly. Tuck the toes, plant the hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, high plank with or without the help of your knees. And then exhale, downward facing dog, send it back. All right, you can walk it out, bending and straightening the legs one at a time, maybe moving the hips side to side, whatever movement feels good. I like to pulse the chest down, maybe shake out the head. And we're slowly going to come to stillness. Let's look between the hands. On an exhale, see if you can lower your elbows down to the mat and then lift. So coming into dolphin and then back to down dog for 3 more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. 2, lift. 1, pull your chest through your hands. Come into upward facing dog. All right, it's a little bit of a tricky move, so don't worry if it takes some time to get it. Let's come back to downward facing dog. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale here, exhale, drop your elbows. We have a little visitor. Look forward, pull your chest through, keep your elbows bent, come into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 more, inhale here, exhale, drop your elbows. Pull through, Chaturanga, up dog, inhale. Hello to my husky. Exhale, downward facing dog. And let's look forward. And you can step your feet to the outsides of your hands for Malasana Yogi Squat. So toes point out, heels point in. Hands can come to the heart space. You can roll out your wrists a little bit, maybe bringing the backs of the hands together. Rolling out the wrists in one direction and switching sides. And I really like to move around, especially in the first Malasana, always just loosening up the body wherever I can. All right, from here we're going to extend the right arm underneath the right knee. The left arm reaches up high. Inhale here, and you can stay here or you can bind around your right leg. Only bind if you feel like you're adding something to the pose. So if you're losing space by doing this, then stay here with the arms open. It's the same type of stretch. Always do what is helping your body the most. And on your next exhale, let's bring the hands to prayer. Left arm reaches out to the left, right arm reaches up high. Stay here, or you can bind around your left leg. And on your next exhale, let's bring the hands to the heart space. Stand up tall, heel toe the feet together. High mountain, and then exhale to fold forward. Bend the knees as much as you have to so the thighs are connected to the stomach. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold a little deeper. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, last time to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. And your vinyasa, either lower down, halfway, maybe knees and elbows come down to the floor, slide through upward facing dog. Whatever variation of a vinyasa that you want to take. Let's take one more breath here. On your next inhale, the right leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. And then let's step the right foot between the hands. Drop your left heel for warrior one. Inhale, rise up. 5 breaths. Here, try to pull your right hip back, left hip forward. So making sure that both hips keep pointing to the top of the mat. And one more breath here. On your exhale, let's interlace the hands at the lower back. Open up the chest. Inhale. Exhale, humble warrior. So squaring the shoulders and hips to the top of the mat. Maybe bringing the chin into the chest. Two more breaths here. On your next inhale, let's rise up. Release the bind of the arms. Straighten the right leg. Inhale. Pyramid pose. Exhale. So keeping the right leg straight. Maybe bringing your hands to blocks here if you need a little bit of extra height. Otherwise, just folding over the right leg. Right toes can be flexed or on the floor. And 2 more breaths here. Now, if your right toes are in the air, let's place them back down, keeping the right leg straight. Inhale, rise up. Turning to the side, exhale, Skandasana. Bend your left knee, straighten the right leg. Left heel can be on the mat or not. 2 more breaths here. From here, we're going to sit down on the mat. Turn your left knee in. Point the left toes. You might have to roll out your left calf. So the left heel is just beside the left hip, left knee beside the right knee, right leg is straight. Take a deep breath in, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, fold over your right leg. And you can use your right hand to just make sure that you're not tipping over to the right. And on your next inhale, rise back up, lift your left knee, press into the left foot, Skandasana, look towards the top of your mat, warrior two. All right, bending the right knee, left leg is straight. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, let's straighten the right leg, reach the right arm up, flex your right toes, and then turn your right toes so they're parallel to the left. Slice your right arm down through the air so the right hand is on the mat and the left arm is also on the mat for Prasarita. And if you need to again move around here, whatever feels good. On your next inhale, let's take a halfway lift. Left hand stays on the floor just underneath the left shoulder, and then the right foot stays where it is. We're going to balance on the left hand and the right foot. So we're going to reach the right arm up, engage your core, see if you can bend your left knee so you're in this funky position here. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, look towards the top of your mat, kick your left leg through, come into a seat. Right, so the right leg is bent, left leg is straight. We're going to rock back once. See if you can come into pistol squat. You can use the hands, the help of the hands if you need. So rocking back, and then coming into pistol squat on the right foot. And hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can lift. Step your left foot back into a lunge. Plant the hands. Step back, high plank, your vinyasa. Right, moving slow. All of that on the left side. So let's go. Left leg rises. Left knee to nose for 3. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose for 2. And 1. Let's step the left foot between the hands, ground your right heel. Warrior 1, rise up. Right. So reach your arms up, try to keep your hips squared, left knee is bent, right leg is straight, and hold. 3 more breaths. And here, it's natural sometimes for the ribs to want to flare out. Try to squeeze them in and down. On your next exhale, interlace your hands, opposite pinky on top. Deep breath in to open up the heart. Exhale, humble warrior. And as much as you can, keep your hips and shoulders squared to the top of the mat. So moving the hips slightly to the right, shoulders slightly to the left. Right hip forward, left hip back. On your next inhale, rise up, release the bind of the hands, straighten your left leg. Pyramid pose on the exhale, keeping the back flat. Maybe you need to step that right foot a little bit closer. Right, hands can always come to blocks here. Left toes can be flat or flexed, whatever you prefer. All right, let's take 3 more breaths. Now keeping your left leg straight. On an inhale, rise up. Turn to face the right. Turn your right toes out. Bend your right knee, Skandasana. And hold. Try to lengthen your spine. Engage the muscles in your left thigh a lot. On your next exhale, we're just going to sit down, look towards the top of your mat, bring your right knee in against the left knee, maybe roll out the calf muscle if you need. Inhale here, lengthen your spine, squeeze the lower core, that's going to keep you from tipping over as well. And then on your exhale, fold forward. Now just make sure that right sit bone stays grounded on the mat, so that's why sometimes you can use that left hand just to support you a little bit. There's nothing wrong with a little help. And hold. One more breath here. On your next inhale, slowly rise up. Lift the right knee. Push into the right foot. Lift the hips. Skandasana. Look towards the top of your mat. Press into your right leg. Straighten the right leg. Bend the left knee. Warrior 2. And on your next inhale, let's straighten the left leg. Left arm reaches up, reverse triangle, flex your left toes, pivot your left toes in, slice your left arm down, prasarita, both hands come down to the floor. And in here, you can, if your head is touching the floor very easily, you can maybe bring your legs a little closer together. Maybe try a different arm variation, maybe hands around the ankles or around the big toes, or maybe even walking them through your legs, whatever you want to play around with. We have 3 more breaths here. On your next inhale, halfway lift. The right hand plants down on the mat. Left arm reaches up. Let's bend that right knee. Keep your hip open. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look towards the top of your mat. Let's kick that right leg through. Left leg stays bent. Roll back once. Pistol squat on the left foot. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push into your left leg, step your right foot back, lunge. And if it's sliding on the mat, that is totally okay. Pistol squats are really hard. It takes time to get them, so don't worry about it. All right, let's step back, high plank. Lower halfway for 3 push-ups. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. And on your next inhale, let's lift the right leg up high. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Lift your left leg up high, standing splits. And hold here. Make sure you're not opening up that left hip, so you want to close the left hip, squeeze the left glute, and lift as high as you can, just activating the glute muscle as much as possible. From here, we're going to cross the left leg behind the right. Step your left foot as far as you can to the right. And maybe not too close to the right foot. So not in one line, a little bit further out. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Left hand stays down on the floor. Let's reach the right arm up to the sky. So opening up the chest to the right, reaching through the crown of the head. So it's a little bit of a stretch, or even a big stretch, in the outer right hip. All right, now here we're going to stay in this position, plant your left hand. We're going to step the right foot over the left leg, coming into fallen star. So if you're confused by that, you can look at me for a second. So leaning into that left hand, lifting that right knee up into the right armpit, and then extending the right leg back so both legs are straight into fallen star. The right foot is flat on the mat, and you're on the outer blade of your left foot, probably. And on your next exhale, the right hand comes down on the floor. From here, wild thing. Bend your left knee, pivot all the way around, wild thing. And on your next exhale, left hand comes down to the mat, come into 3-legged plank, and your Chaturanga. All right, same thing on the left side. So inhale, the left leg rises. Let's step the left foot between the hands, slow motion. Standing splits, the right leg reaches up high, and hold. And firing up the right glute, 2 and 1. Flex your right toes, step your right foot as far as you can to the left, crossing it behind the left leg. Left arm reaches up. And then from here, we're going to step the left foot over the right leg into fallen star as slowly as you can. And hold. And on your exhale, left hand comes down on the mat. Slow motion, wild thing. Bend your right knee, come on the outer blade of the left foot, lift your right arm up, and come into a slight back bend. And on your next exhale, the right hand comes back down on the mat, three-legged plank, your Chaturanga. And from here, we're going to look towards the top of the mat, deep bend in the knees, step or jump to a seat. And coming into a seat, coming all the way down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Keep your feet very close to your body. Feet are hip-width distance apart. I'm just going to take one bridge pose, pressing into the feet, lift one vertebra at a time. And you can hold here. Maybe even lift your arms above your head, behind you, whatever feels good. And 2 more breaths. And on your exhale, slowly lower down. Bring your knees into your chest. Let's lift the forehead up to the knees. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath and squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, come into Shavasana. Extend your legs out, your arms out alongside you. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And for the next few moments, allowing yourself to enjoy this moment of stillness, feeling your heartbeat in your body, feeling the warmth that we created, all the different sensations, maybe in the fingertips and the hands, and just allowing yourself to be present with yourself, to be here for you. I encourage you to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you can, as long as you would like to. I'm going to leave you here before my camera dies, because it's just about to. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. It really means a lot to me. And if you like the class, please give it a like and please subscribe to my channel. It makes such a difference. It really means the world. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day.